Oh, you're in the dark. Sure am. I just made that worse.
Yeah.
Okay, does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
It looks like the heavenly light of God is shining down upon you, and I'm just wallowing in shadow.
That's what happens. Okay, so, for the millionth time, for me, it's like your second time watching
What? Yeah.
Wet Hot American Summer. We just watched Wet Hot American Summer again. And by just, I mean we watched it a couple hours ago. It's 1 a.m. right now as we're recording this.
It's 1:12. No, wait.
1:12. We just watched Wet Hot American Summer. Well, we watched some of the prequel, but we watched the movie again. I've seen it a million times. It's my favorite thing in the whole world, if you can't tell by how much I talk about it. And this will definitely not be the last time we talk about it, because I always want to talk about it, but this is the first, main video we're going to make on it. That's
and
all I want to talk about.
the
What? The book. Yeah, we can talk about the book, too.
And we read it, and we liked it a lot.
Yeah, we read the graphic novel, so we can talk about that. I'm so mad at Ben. I haven't been this mad at Ben since he
got a nose job.
Since he got a nose job. That was so stupid,
Did
by the
you know
way.
that when you get a nose job, you shouldn't get a nose job unless you want to look like Adam Scott, because if you get a nose job,
you are significantly less gay when you get a nose job, as
It
evidenced by.
They take all the skin for your new nose from your height and your homosexuality.
Yes. So, it would have made sense if, in the prequel, it wasn't like Ben was in no way attracted to Susie at all, because he was clearly not attracted to her at all. He never had been, and he was never going to be. He's clearly gay.
Oh, yeah.
If they had just said that Ben was bisexual, the 10 years later would have gone a lot smoother for me. But no, he's gay. That's his whole deal.
It's not. He doesn't.
So why did it work when Renata tried to flirt with him? No. Is it just stop it. Absolutely not. Is it just does Alyssa Milano have magical powers?
I mean, we're not going to say no.
That's fair.
Also,
I feel like
on.
Alyssa Milano's magical powers probably don't work on gay married men.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen Wet Hot American Summer, why are you here?
Yeah,
that's my whole thing. That's just the whole thing of it. Hey!
I knew you were going to say that.
You stole my words. Okay, so in the prequel, Lindsay clearly doesn't know anything about these people. She just doesn't.
Doesn't know.
Obviously, she wouldn't, because she's only been there for 12 hours.
Yeah.
But apparently David Wayne and Michael Showalter don't know anything about these people either. I guess that's what 15 years of not writing them does for you.
It was she was describing them. She's giving all the stereotypes were there.
Coop was the nice guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
The popular girl.
That was Katie, which makes sense.
The wild man.
That was JJ.
The
rebel.
The slut.
Was Andy. The ladies' man was what Victor was. The slut.
And
the flirt was Abby.
Then there was the goody two-shoes.
Susie is in no way.
Absolutely
no. Not. She's just so angry all the time. Are you kidding me?
She is an agent of hell.
Yeah.
I believe.
I support her 100%, but she is in no way goody.
Then there was,
the sweetheart made sense for Ben.
Yeah. Then there was the theater kid.
Shut up! The theater kid.
Which
you have two
was supposedly McKinley.
You have 2 whole ones of those
already. 2 entire ones.
McKinley is in charge of taking kids on hikes. That's his job.
That's his whole thing.
That's literally his job.
But it would have been fine if it had just been the theater kid. Nope, she was wrong about that. But they backed that up in the whole movie. The whole thing was they met because he's a theater kid. He's in the
They're the theater
program.
kids. Okay, here's the thing. If they were both in the theater program already, why didn't they know each other already?
Yeah.
Like, it was they were acting like they'd just met.
Yeah. It's fucking weird.
So if McKinley really was a theater kid, then they would have known each other.
What should have had, the way we can save this is that McKinley saw Ben from afar, I guess, and was like, I like it.
I'm into sewing.
I
Because
wanna
that's the
fuck
thing.
him.
He's like, I'm into sewing. I'm in love with this man already. I'm gonna join the musical and pretend that I'm into it.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that makes sense.
It
but
does
I don't
make
think
sense.
that's what David and Michael were going for.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna pretend that it was what they were going for. That is 2 of the points in my letter of 20 things complaints that I have for David Wayne. That's 2 of them.
So what other things did we leave? Oh, Ben. In the book. No.
Oh my god, he's so mean.
He's under a lot of stress.
Which makes sense
And he yells at McKinley.
for doing nothing.
Yeah, but
McKinley
he is under a
was-
lot of stress, and it would have been an acceptable plot line. But the way they ended it was that
he did not apologize.
McKinley apologized for flipping him off when he yelled at him.
Okay, I felt
And-
like he was apologizing for being clingy, which is just even worse.
Oh no, I hate that.
That's just worse because he wasn't even like. So first of all, he did all of his job.
But first of all, but even just feeling like he has to apologize for being clingy, that's also not good, even if he was, because that's not a good thing. Like, if someone's clingy to the point where, he wasn't, is the thing.
Okay, what he did, he came up to Ben twice that day. The first time was when Ben was on a 5-minute break, and he was already done with his job.
McKinley wanted to fuck.
Yeah. And he had already finished fixing up Dead Son's Pass by sticking a sign on it. That's
Yeah.
it.
It's the whole thing that he did.
That's it. But he was like, hey, if I can get this done, Ben's on a 5-minute break, I can be there.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. That's all he needs.
He's confident in we're just gonna drop that sentence where it is.
And then the second time, Ben was clearly upset under lots of pressure, and Susie had just stormed off. McKinley comes up and says, oh, somebody's angry, and then offers for them to go on a walk so Ben can talk about it.
Yeah, and it was a sweet thing.
And Ben yelled at him.
Real bad. Real.
Here's another thing that upsets me. After everything is blown over, literally everything is solved. They are going to pass the inspection. Everything's
Yeah.
fine. McKinley goes up to Ben with the card, and Ben says, I don't have time to be handed things right now.
Wait, did he?
Yes.
I didn't see that.
I know that he said that because I agonized over those pages for so long.
I don't have time to be handed things right now.
It was just a card.
That's kind of a mood. I don't have time to be handed things.
Yeah, I feel that. But, like, come on. And then he apologized to Susie, but he didn't apologize to McKinley.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I mean, Susie...
My sparkling water. I have to get up, walk all the way around the bed, open it, walk all the way back around, and sit down and, mess with my hair again and get in the right... Why do bad things happen to good people?
Are you sure you're a good person?
Are any of us really sure of that?
I know I'm not.
Well, fuck, if you're not a good person, then I'm going to hell. Jesus Christ.
I think we all are.
Oh, my sparkling water.
Seems like it'll be a party, you know?
Oh, yeah. You know. We can't be going to the same hell that, Hitler went to. There's gotta be a different hell. They're different levels.
circles
Different
of hell.
circles of hell.
That's a thing.
It is, yeah, and then Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
The Lust one sounds pretty chill. I mean, it's very cold and windy, but I love outerwear.
Do you get to
And
fuck?
there's a lot... Yeah, there's, babes. There's Cleopatra. It's great. It's really good. But I mean,
Sounds
you'd
like a
have
party.
trouble because it's so cold and windy, and doesn't seem like there's like any blankets to lie down on. That's a problem. I don't know.
I feel like I'd pull a Victor, you know, when he got so panicked when he was confronted with the possibility of a fuck that he broke through the cage he was in and ran into an empty river.
Break through the barrier of hell.
Yep.
All of them. Just escape.
Right through there. Stop slurping. You make weird noises when you... You make weird
were saying?
noises when you swallow. Stop it!
Oh boy.
What else do I have to say? I have so much to say about Wet Hot American Summer. For some reason, it's just not coming. Victor! Oh my god. This poor man. I forgot what I was gonna say. You made me forget what I was gonna say. What was I saying about Victor? What was I saying about him?
You were saying he was in the thing. He was
Victor
in
is
there.
trapped in a cage. I'm not talking about in the graphic novel when he is literally trapped in a cage.
Oh wait, what? Then what are you talking about?
Just in general, he is trapped in a cage emotionally.
You're right. This is the hot take that we all deserved.
Of not only hypersexuality,
Yeah.
but hypermasculinity
Yeah.
and compulsory heterosexuality.
yeah.
Somebody save this poor man who's just trying so hard. He married Abby.
Wait. No.
Yeah. I think it's just a thing that everybody collectively forgot happened because nobody wanted it.
But didn't he end up finally having sex with? If he married
With
her.
Yaron and Donna.
If he married her, then didn't they have sex? No. Why didn't they do that?
So Victor, his plot line was Donna wants to have a baby, so he's got to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a weird threesome with Donna and Yaron.
And then he marries Abby?
And then he marries Abby.
Oh.
Which
Why did he do that?
I don't know. There's
Did-
literally no reason
he-
for that to happen.
Did he like her?
Yeah, that was his whole thing in the movie. He wanted to fuck Abby.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's good for him. He's come full circle.
Yeah, but like
And-
Abby, that's not her deal. Abby Bernstein does not settle down. She made out with like, okay, so in the movie alone, she made out with Victor, Gary, Moose, JJ, Lindsay, other people probably, but that's already 5. She doesn't settle down, and then she writes for a sex column as her job. Like that's her job. About her sexual encounters. If you're married and committed, then how are you gonna do that?
Maybe she just has a work understanding with Victor that
She gets to fuck.
definitely she's making the money.
Yeah.
Victor has no skills.
He's a bartender. He's a flair bartender.
So
Some of the jobs were fitting. Some were not. In 10 years later.
I'm an architect.
That's so stupid. As if he would do that. He's a
No.
producer.
No theater kid would ever do math voluntarily. I know this.
He's a producer. Ben's a
Why?
producer. And originally he was supposed to be doing something in theater.
Like, I would have accepted just something creative in general, just something in the, because, it's things change, but
Sure,
a creative
like,
type person wouldn't really-
architects are kind of like,
Yeah, but it's
still,
a different
it doesn't-
type of thing, Well, okay, the only reason I can see it is because of how much he likes to orchestrate and detail things and
Yeah, which I didn't
control
but
them and stuff.
that wasn't necessarily a thing until the graphic novel, which was not even written by David and Michael, which explains a lot, actually, about how in character it was. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
They don't even know their own characters. The only one who was really accurate in everything was Coop, because he's just so easy.
Yeah, Coop, you don't even have to
He's just
know,
the nice
it's
guy.
just easy to play, easy to write, you know? Just be earnest and go like...
Yeah. See, Ben was good in the prequel, but bad in 10 Years Later. McKinley, I don't want to say he was bad in the prequel because I love everything that he did in it, but that wasn't him. He was really good in 10 Years Later, though. That was definitely him.
For sure.
Also, he definitely has, like, problems with anxiety, I can tell, from the 4 installments that we have. Based on 2 of them alone. And I liked where that went in 10 Years Later. But,
yeah.
I don't like so much of it.
You know what I liked?
What?
I liked that Jason Schwartzman was there, and he was an android.
Yeah. Greg and Eric were soulmates, and I think it's really stupid that 10 years later Eric comes back and suddenly he's in love with Lindsay all over again. Like, that's not... They knew each other for literally, like, 2 hours.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not really something you can say in this series, though, because 2 hours
Yeah, that's true. I've grown up a lot since dinner.
Ben and McKinley started dating after one day in which they met, and then Ben decided he was in love with McKinley.
Yeah. Although...
But their relationship...
With gays...
Yeah.
It's more like...
And their relationship is the slowest paced one out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, they waited 3 months until they got married. The only relationships that lasted that long were theirs and Katie and Andy.
Ooh. Oh,
Katie and Andy lasted the whole summer. Ben and McKinley lasted past that, though. They've been together for 37 years if you count Adam Scott's nose job. Bradley Cooper's nose job that makes him Adam Scott. Nose gob.
Oh, nose gob.
I have more to say. I have so much more to say. Where's it going? Where are my thoughts? They all left because it's 1:30 in the morning.
God. So what, the point of Wet Hot American Summer is that it's all...
There isn't one, I don't think.
Yeah. It goes...
It's based off of their own summer camp experiences.
Yeah,
Which
about...
again poses the question, Sports Shed?
Which one?
Showalter.
Yes.
I mean, most people would say David Wayne, but I firmly believe Showalter.
Showalter.
For reasons. We've talked about this before.
It's about nostalgia and looking back on the past and how warped your memories can become.
Oh, holy shit. Where did that come from?
You know.
I'm cold.
Oh, God. Here, do you want my jacket?
I have one, it's fine.
That's also my jacket.
Yeah. I don't live here. I feel like we should clarify that. Every video takes place here in this room on this bed, but I don't live here.
With this weird fucking Jello.
I live at my house.
That I drew. Not for long.
Hey, you're right.
Jesus.
Maybe at some point there will be a video at my house.
Oh yeah.
We were gonna make one last time.
We've recorded things there. We just haven't
didn't post any of them because none of them were worth it. Katie basically just wants what she can't have.
Where did you go? It was important. It's fine. I'm good.
Okay.
It's all right.
Katie Finnerty wants what she can't have.
And I also think it's important that she said, maybe it'll change when I'm older and I'm wanting to get settled down, you know, but she,
And then she did want to settle down with Coop, and then it just didn't work. She decided that she didn't.
Things don't change as much as we think that they will.
Yeah, they're all basically exactly the same. Some of them grew up a little bit. Andy, his entire thing is that he's exactly the same. You see, in 10 Years Later, they look back on camp of 1981. And they're like, wow, that was such a good time. But in camp 1981, on the second week, Coop finds an old photo album from when he was a camper and looks back on that.
Yeah.
And he shows it to Susie and is like, wow, look, we were small and campers. It's good times. I like to focus on the characters because they're also two-dimensional that you can clearly tell when something has gone wrong with them.
Yeah.
Like, they should be so easy. But you can just tell when they do something out of character because they're so simple.
Yeah.
In the prequel, I think most of them were pretty in character. I think... Well, Gene was clearly out of character for most of it, but that's just because that was his whole thing, that he wasn't... He was... You know.
Yeah.
I didn't even say anything coherent, but... You know.
That's just... I do certainly know.
But McKinley was the only one that I could pull out something that was clearly wrong.
Yeah.
And 10 years later, first of all, Claire and Mark. What? Was that really necessary? You don't need...
They just...
Wet Hot American Summer, as the years went on, as they knew things were creative... Creative? I was too busy thinking about Ben and McKinley.
You don't know yet that you're creative, too.
Listen. I know fine and well. Thanks.
Oh, boy.
I was saying something. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So as Wet Hot American Summer was made, in the order that they came out, written by David and Michael.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not including the graphic novel, which just exceeds all expectation, honestly. But, as it goes on, the creation of it is more and more heterosexual. If it itself is not, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they don't necessarily get straighter, but the writing is straighter.
Yeah.
Like, they go from this couple, specifically Ben and McKinley, go from this couple who are in a very healthy relationship and not exactly stereotypes, like Ben is, but McKinley isn't.
Mm.
And then they go to being stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go to, oh, let's disregard this character's gayness
Entirely.
for a plot point.
Yeah.
Like, the writing itself gets straighter, not necessarily the characters. Is it because Michael Showalter got straighter over the years?
They straightened him out.
He got straightened out, and now his writing is straight.
Sometimes you just lose the gay. Runs.
You know? It
Gone.
just leaves. See, that's what happens when you don't hang out around Bradley Cooper.
It's kind of interesting though that it seems like with each iteration, besides the comic book, it's like it seems like it gets it strays further, like the characters and the plot lines from the original vision, you know, because that fits back in with the thing. I don't know if it was. Nothing's intentional with this, but it's like looking back on those old memories and trying to fill in the gaps, but it's been so long and you've just kind of destroyed this memory of this summer that you held so dearly through all of this nostalgia that you have for it, and that's why it evolves, not really for the better, not chronologically, but in order of the releases, you know, of the things. It's like looking back and trying to fill in the gaps, you know, after the fact. I don't know.
I am severely disappointed that 10 years later wasn't a little bit gayer. Like, you really expect me to believe...
I feel like we're like pulling in two different directions in this conversation.
Yeah, you're going for the deep stuff. I'm just mad. Like, okay, so, Victor is clearly gay. Like, that's not even, like, so many people forgot that he married Abby because it was just really out of character. Like, clearly he was obsessed with her, but it was in a way that seemed very gay. Like, he had to be obsessed with her because it was, like, he felt like he had to be.
Yeah.
This girl kissed him, and suddenly he's supposed to be in love with her.
Everything Victor does, like, it's almost impossible to determine who Victor is, what he would actually be doing if it was all up to him, because it seems like every decision he makes and everything about his personality is determined by these these restrictions that he's placed on himself, you know?
Yeah, he's very, like, poor Victor. These characters are, like, I feel like every analysis you could do would seem like a reach, but all of them would be so fitting.
Yeah.
Victor doesn't, every decision he makes is influenced by the ideas of heterosexuality, heteronormativity. Like, you're supposed to be straight. Boys are supposed to be hypersexual. So he just wants to fuck a girl because he thinks he's supposed to. And that's very clear.
And when he can't, he just lies about it, and he's constantly working to keep up this charade, and he's just losing his mind a little bit, and
every time, okay, here's another thing. Every time
Victor is just spiraling.
He talks to Neil about it, and the first time when he tells Neil that he's a virgin, he reaches out to touch him and Neil hits his hand away. And then the second time, when the kids are about to go over the Devil's Canyon Rapids, he reaches out for Neil again, and Neil hits him away again. I felt like that was important to say, that he constantly is doing that. Victor is clearly upset by the way that Neil views him after that. Am I saying that Victor is gay for Neil? No. Am I saying he's not gay for Neil? No. I am saying that he's gay for Neil.
Yeah.
I'm also saying that it's very, very out of character for him to have married Abby Bernstein, because she wouldn't allow that. Like, not because he wouldn't want to.
It's not out of character for him to marry Abby Bernstein. It's out of character for Abby Bernstein to marry him.
Exactly.
She wouldn't want to.
Yeah, no. The idea that he would marry her because he thinks he's supposed to makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah, she has no set. Like, they're both really, like, hypersexual, but for very different reasons. Like, Abby, it seems almost like it's an act of rebellion. Like, it started as that, and then it just became a lifestyle and a personality and just a personal choice, you know,
and at this point,
to sleep with as many people as
genuinely
possible.
Wants to fuck.
Yeah.
It's her job. This is the longest we've been able to stay on track for in a video.
Oh, yeah.
You see, why didn't they seize the comedic opportunity to have Blake and Andy's nunchucks tangle together? Like, that would have been so funny.
Missed opportunities.
It was a huge missed opportunity.
Wait, I gotta... Fuck, shit. You know, these things, they get, like... Okay, no, wait. You go around and I'll start lifting this part from the bottom. You know?
You know what love triangle I would have much preferred to Coop, Jenny, Katie in 10 Years Later? Katie and Andy battle it out for Coop's affection this time, instead of Andy and Coop going after Katie.
I like it.
I feel like that should have happened after the double take when Coop came into the talent show. Oh my god, that was incredible. I feel like no character in that should have been straight. Except for Donna.
Donna. She's so hot.
She is.
So
But I'm so mad at her.
Mean and hot. It's the worst. Just
Like
walking
that.
down the hallway, you look at somebody, they got a mean smirk and they're hot, and you're like, shut up! You know, you don't say that because they're mean and they're hot, but you're thinking it. Like, you walk past, it gets to the point where you just see their face and they're not even doing anything, and you just think, like, oh my god, hate you so fucking much. Just shut up with your stupid fucking hot face. Just stop it. So mean and hot. I hate you. Most things are Bradley Cooper's fault.
Yeah, you see, if he wasn't busy all the time, you know, I support him
He's not
right
making
now.
bad movies. Like,
He's making good things.
yeah,
right now.
but okay. This is really, really important.
Uh-huh. Yes. Go on. What year was the Midnight Meat Train made?
We're gonna make a whole other video about
Yeah,
the
definitely.
Midnight Meat Train.
I don't remember anything that happened in it.
It was
I
an
remember
awful
that the
fever
end.
dream.
I remember that like halfway through, the plot line changed entirely.
Oh yeah, it's just
I feel like it was definitely before 10 Years Later.
I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, 2008. So it was before even the prequel.
Oh, I was worried that was one of the things he was working on.
So Bradley Cooper's people were like, "Hey, Brad, you can either be this happy gay man or
Sad raccoon.
sad raccoon." And he chose the sad raccoon.
More money.
Yeah.
Anybody will be a sad furry if it gets them more money.
I don't think that anybody will. You know, okay, if my options, listen, if my options were to be a sad raccoon with a gun, or
lots of
married
money.
to Michael Ian Black,
For a little while.
yeah, even for a little while, I know what I would go with.
Yeah.
I don't care. I would do 10 Years Later for free.
Oh boy.
I'd do it for free. I'd even do the stupid Renata plotline. You know, if I get to be married to Michael Ian Black and also have Alyssa Milano lay on top of me, you know what? So be it. I don't care about the money. So what would you do?
Alyssa Milano? No! I mean...
No,
Wait a
if you
minute.
had the option to get a lot of money and be a sad raccoon with a gun, or get a little bit less money and marry Michael Ian Black and also have Alyssa Milano lay on top of you with a knife,
Well,
what would you
the
do?
thing is, I don't have your ridiculous crush on Michael Ian Black. But
Okay,
Wet Hot
but-
American Summer does sound fun in general. And Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
There's also
And it's not
Marvel
like you're not getting a
movies.
lot of money out of it.
Yeah, but you know, Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's
Yeah.
a lot. It's a lot of
Guardians of the Galaxy too, but all of Rocket's lines are just edited together other Bradley Cooper lines. They just take his lines from other things and edit them together and dub them in.
I'm
Yeah.
having a difficult time deciding.
I'm not.
Well, yeah, because
I'd do it for free. I'd do it for free.
Of course you fucking
If I ever have a time machine, I have a small list of things I would do with a time machine.
Oh, do you exist in this scenario?
Do I?
I don't know, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I have to do Wet Hot American Summer because you'd be so mad at me.
Hey. Okay, if I didn't exist,
You didn't exist.
what would you do?
Oh no. Sad.
I'm not dead.
I wouldn't have any fucking friends.
Well, I was saying something and you distracted me.
You know,
Oh yeah, if I had a time machine, I have a small list of things that I would do with it, and most of them involve the state or Wet Hot American Summer. If I had a time machine, I would go back in time and seduce every member of the state just to say that I did it.
It's a good.
Not at all because I want to.
I think we've gotten off track.
Yeah, for the first time.
Well, you know, we've talked almost as much as we really can and still be saying things that are new. It's so far away.
I've made comparisons in 3 couples to, including Ben and McKinley, specifically. So Ben and McKinley, you've got producer, and you've got jock. High School Musical, Ryan and Chad. You've got producer and you've got jock. The New Normal.
I haven't.
Brian and David. You've got producer and you've got jock.
Why do all these names sound so similar?
I don't know. Brian with a Y.
Brian.
It's pronounced the same.
You don't know that.
They're all just the same, but Ben and McKinley came first.
I think Katie's super hot.
Oh, yeah.
As is Coop in the movie.
Yeah. Young Michael Showalter he did a good job.
And then...
See, he was the
Went
perfect
downhill.
romantic comedy lead.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like lead, but he was the nice guy.
Yeah,
He's like,
great.
you know how when they came together, when he said, nice white guy, Jewish but not too Jewish, just Jewish enough. So you've got Paul Rudd, you've got young Michael Showalter, you've got, who else fits that? That's it. Ben Stiller.
Ben
Stiller.
Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller.
What about
Romantic comedy lead. He's another one.
Oh, yeah.
He did all of those things,
You smile with both sides of your mouth. How do you do that?
I don't know, that's just how
I
it
can only
is.
do it with one. I can only go, If I go like this, it's a smirk and I'm angry. And if I go with both, it's a fake smile. I got a weird smirky smile.
Katie Finnerty is my whole entire girlfriend. Just the whole one.
And she's a top.
She is.
High key.
Okay. I am so glad that Bradley Cooper shaved. And I'd not only like to thank God, but also Jesus.
Rat man.
So, A Star is Born was so good, but really, was it worth him not shaving? Maybe. It might have been. Lady Gaga tops Bradley Cooper.
You're right.
Everybody tops Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. Lady Gaga topped everybody. Just a perfect.
Somebody on Data Lounge said Bradley Cooper couldn't top anybody over 4'10" and 50 pounds. And I like to live by that.
Yeah. That's true.
How do you live by that? What's the one with Paul Rudd?
The
one with Paul Rudd.
What one?
Hold on.
The movie?
Yes!
I feel like this is just a guess. I feel like there's been more than one.
Yeah.
With
what's
Paul
the one?
Rudd.
No. But what's the one with Paul Rudd?
Which one? What do you mean? The movie with Paul Rudd? Gee.
There it is!
Let me see.
With Paul Rudd. The Great Gatsby with
What do
Paul
you
Rudd.
mean? No, there's no Great Gatsby with Paul Rudd. There's the old Great Gatsby and there's the new Great Gatsby.
There's the one with Paul Rudd.
Fuck? Who is he?
Let me see.
It doesn't say. It just says Paul Rudd. He's playing himself.
I'm pretty sure Gatsby. I'm pretty sure he's Nick.
No, wait. Let me see. No,
I'm pretty sure he's
First
Nick.
of all, that's treason. Tobey Maguire is the best Nick that could have ever
Let
possibly
Paul Rudd
been.
live his life, okay?
No. Where the fuck is the on button?
I'm gonna let you figure this one out.
Okay. Ooh, I found it. Yes. Oh god. No, I don't have your finger. Yes, I do. Here. Give me.
My
Unlock
fingers.
it without it.
Okay, have my finger.
Thank you.
See where this goes. It's not gonna get you anywhere
Right.
because that's not how it works.
I go like this.
No.
Yes? No?
That's not where the fingerprint thing is.
But it says it right there.
That's not where it is either.
What the fuck
Is he turned the phone around?
Ew. Did it work? Nice. Okay.
Paul Rudd is Nick.
Holy shit, yeah. Okay, wait, let's see the rest of this. The cast is in such a strange order. Okay, Toby Stevens, interesting. Where's everybody else?
There aren't anybody.
What the fuck do you mean there aren't anybody else?
That's it.
No! Where's Tom and Jordan and fucking everybody?
That's it.
No!
That's it.
Meyer Wolfsheim! What
Give me my phone back.
the fuck? If Tom isn't even there, then what the
I'm
fuck
sure
is
he's
stopping
there.
Daisy from just fucking, you know,
Gatsby.
that? Exactly.
Who have we not talked about in Wet Hot American Summer? Who's on my shirt? Oh, yeah, but
The Inside Kids.
the indoor kids.
The indoor kids. In the graphic novel, they're not good at Dungeons and Dragons. See, like, okay, I was the noob of my campaign, and I can still tell that, like, it's just shitty DMing. It's bad.
Well, at least Keith's stat is better.
You don't hear the dragon
that
that's walking
other
down the
nameless
hallway towards you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. First of all, no, you can't say you don't hear the dragon. Say, hey, I know you're just chilling out in this room at the end of this hallway, but would you guys all like to roll perception? No particular reason at all. It's not like there's a dragon walking down the hallway. And, you know, also, it's a fucking dragon, so they'd have to roll like a 1 to not hear a dragon walking down the goddamn hallway.
Yeah,
Second of all, it walks in and it goes, you all take 57 damage. First of all, they don't get a chance to fucking fight it or roll for anything or contribute anything. Second of all, they don't have 57 damage just to fucking spare.
See, this is why Keith's stat replaced that guy.
Yeah, but Keith wasn't super great either.
But he was better than that
Yes.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't even know anything about this game. You know what I should get?
You should. What?
That Wet Hot American Summer tabletop roleplay game.
Yeah.
It's $13.
You should get it.
I should get it. I'm very curious.
You know what you should also do?
What?
You should start playing Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
Okay, if you does this play like
I have
D&D?
I have no idea. I think it does. Like genuinely, I think it does.
Like genuinely, like with
I watched a video on it, but it didn't make any sense to me because they weren't. They didn't want.
Okay, to be fair, there's a lot of tabletop roleplay games. I don't understand the mechanics for any of them. Except
So
for
I have to
D&D.
buy it. I'm gonna wait until after Christmas just in case my parents give me money.
If it's entirely incomprehensible to you, even though I'm not, I could DM.
Okay.
I mean, it's.
Will you be mean to me?
Do you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I cry a lot. You know
Yeah.
this. We've been friends for a very long time. Basically our entire lives.
Oh yeah, the whole thing. Like, beyond that, it was like just a tiny little infant who couldn't retain any memories. So you know, doesn't matter.
What percentage of our lives have we known each other?
Most of it, you know, because we can't.
How old were we when we met?
Jeez, I don't
Like
know.
3, right?
Yeah, like
two,
3.
2 or 3.
Like 2 or 3.
So let me do some math. Oh, hey, there's
it.
my city building game. We've known each other for almost 90% of our lives.
Nice. I'm gonna throw up. No way.
Please don't throw up.
This is so sweet. I might just barf on you.
I will kill you.
Oh
I
man.
want to make my own Wet Hot American Summer game. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how they work. Just make D&D, but it's Wet Hot American Summer.
I honestly, I could just replace things with replace monsters with antagonists and just play them the same way. And
Are we going to do this?
we could have the normal things like roll for initiative, roll wisdom, saving throw, or we could switch them out for stupid shit like
Stupid shit? Sounds fun. Like what?
roll
Beth?
to not be a dumbass. You know, I don't know.
Roll for dumbass.
um, basically, we would just change the names just of the things to stupid shit. We would change the. Ooh, we would change the
I don't know how
backgrounds and classes to different things. This is gonna be very strange. It would be difficult to play if everybody was just human. Like, you'd have to.
What is the differences?
Well,
I don't know anything about it.
I mean, you wouldn't have to select a human. I mean, you wouldn't have to select a non-human character, of course, but it would be difficult to really, if all the NPCs and all the things, like, all the antagonists and everything, because, I mean, it couldn't be all the antagonists because it's fucking them up for monsters and nobody would say, right? It wouldn't. This would have to be a version of Wet Hot American Summer where some of them are just casually like orcs and goblins, and you're okay with that.
Wait, okay, so what is
No, but it couldn't. It would be like, it could be like it doesn't affect your appearance at all, and you're just like, oh, I'm a goblin.
But, like, in the actual
That'd be so
game, what are the
fucking funny.
differences? What does that have to do with things?
It's a lot of
Is
stuff.
it, like, stats?
I'm kind of the noob.
Is it stats?
Yeah,
Like, you could just give
stuff
each of the
like
counselors
that, but
different stuff.
also things like the kinds of abilities that you have and the language that
Hey.
you can speak and the
Counselors. Each of the counselors has a different thing. You play as a counselor.
you play as a counselor.
You're one of them.
Yeah.
So, like, Katie would have completely different abilities
So
from
we would
McKinley.
basically what we would do would be instead of just rolling to make a character sheet, we would custom make character sheets that fit a character and play as them.
Yes. Okay, so
Right.
here's the thing.
And we'd substitute things like class and background for things like what clique you're in and stuff. Like, ooh, that's I like that a lot.
Okay, so I'm gonna end this video now so we can go make this.
Yes.
Thanks for coming. Give me your thumbs.
Peace out, thumbs.